Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Doorshutter coming back to you with episode 18 of Skyfactory 1. And today we are going to be trying something different. So, I have been thinking about the liquid meat and stuff because liquid meat can be useful, and I want a little bit more of it, right? So, I want to kind of move away from the animal breeding. We're going to give this chicken some nutritious chicken feed, which should give us a golden egg, and this will create delightful dirt. Delightful dirt is basically the opposite of the dreadful dirt. So instead of spawning hostile creatures, you're spawning passive creatures, right? So spawns more creature mobs. Light level below 10 stops creature mob spawns. So I'm thinking that this is like a decent one, but we'll see. All right, so we'll feed this guy.
Happy birthday, Taco!
Okay, that's different. Okay, I'm not 100% sure what that was, but that's okay. All right, so what I'm thinking we can do is probably make another pen over here. I think we should have enough room. I'm not 100% sure what a 5 by 5 is. Is that without the central block or not? I'm not 100% sure. But let's see. So let's grab some dirt. And what we'll do is we will branch out this way. I'll fix this up in a second here. So you got 2, 3, and this is where the dirt should span off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there a central block for this? 1, 2, 1, 2. So yeah, this block here. 1, 2. 1, 2. So that should be 5. Alrighty. I have also fixed the mob spawner. I'll talk about that in a second. I need to quickly grab a torch. Can I, like, steal this torch for a second? Yeah. Alright, so if we now go grab some torches. So let me quickly just make the platform. I'm going to, finish it up, make it look a little fancy, and I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, so we have this area. I think for now I'm just going to put a fence here, and we'll just do golden egg. And this should just spawn a whole bunch of creatures, right? So what we want to do now is watch this polar bear mercilessly just murder these foxes. Because we love whenever murder happens, apparently. Holy cow. Because I just watched that and, like, unfold, and that was kind of odd. I've never actually seen a polar bear in this game kill anything, so that's intriguing. Alright, can you back up? Okay. So that is that. So now what we need to do, besides, like, running power, I'm going to actually, like, put another one over there, probably. But for now, we don't really need this to run. Like, let's just halt these, because we don't really need those. Let me go grab some energy cables, and I'll be right back. We had just enough inside to actually get this to work here. Okay, so we need to get an upgrade. I'm not 100% sure which upgrade we need, but we'll see. I think I had an upgrade in here, an add-on. Yeah, I have like the tier 3. Let's try that first. If this might be a little big, but honestly I don't really care at this point. It should be fine enough. Right? Yeah, it is a little bit big. So we could probably downgrade this to like a 2 maybe. But for now, I don't really mind. If I need this upgrade, I'll take it out or whatever. But right now, I don't really see myself using it. Let's also go over here and let's take these tanks. Right, because we probably need to make sure we have fluid storage. I should probably upgrade to jumbo tanks, in all honesty. But I guess we will see. that'd probably be a decent idea, so we can just keep getting tons and tons of, you know, pink slime and stuff like that. So I probably will work on that. Alright, so then we just need the fluid cable. Alrighty, so we're just gonna hit this, and that should just like start pulling the fluids out. You can see that we're almost full with pink slime, so we do need to do something. I think a jumbo tank is probably in order. And they're just like getting mercilessly slaughtered. It's kind of messed up. Like there's no spawn like telling what should spawn in this, so it spawns everything that's, you know, actually passive kind of thing. And so that means anything can spawn and then just kill each other. That's kind of messed up. Alright, let's see here. So now that we have that going, we definitely have a lot more supply of pink slime, which is decent. We have 42 buckets in here, almost 43 buckets. And this is still just cruising, right? Like we're making it, yeah. All right. I also set up a item filter thing on this. So basically, all we do is we take items that we do not want. You just click add. You go here, and you can actually just delete this NBT data, right? So basically, what this will do is instead of matching the tags, because you can click on this and actually match the tags once you have tags in here. And you could say, you know, oh, I only want things with unbreaking to go into one chest, and yada yada. Instead, we just do only provided tags, which would be this ID, basically, saying, hey, yeah, these are leather pants, just void them, right? So, of course, now if I throw these in here, they'll just get sucked up and thrown into the trash. So, now we can also do that with the chest plates here. Of course, just remove the bottom tag and submit. So now we throw this in here, and this is gone. So we have bows and stuff in here, so we're now filtering completely, you know, everything out. Also, the dreadful dirt is like spawning slimes and stuff in here as well, which is not something I would actually thought of, but I am okay with that because now we have access to more slime balls, just a little bit more passively kind of thing. So that is good. My inventory is always a mess. You know that? That's alright. So let's see. I'm actually kind of curious how we're going for the netherrack sieving system. I haven't taken a look at this in a minute. So let's see. Where are we at? We got quite a bit of gold. Let's take this out. Why are we... We could just, like, go throw this over here, I'm pretty sure, right? Like, there ain't a crime against that. Just doodly-doo. And that should auto-craft and all of that. So yeah, we're doing pretty decent. We got like 46 of the debris, or 43, which I mean is fine. Like I'm 100% okay with that because that means we are, you know, passively getting more and more over time. And I mean it's a free thing basically because it, you know, lava and water really aren't expensive, so that is awesome. Alrighty, so real quick, let me get a mob duplicator. Well, actually, hold on. Before we do the mob duplicator, let's get a smeltery going here. So let me clean up my inventory and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I'm going to get a stack of seared bricks and we are going to then get the, what is it? Which one is it? The controller. I hate the fact that I can double click again. It confuses me. Let's see. So smeltery controller is a seared heater with copper. Okay, so we need a melter, right? So melter at Tinker's melter. So let's see. There should be... So we need one of these, and we need one of these. So let's grab some glass here. Alright, and we'll just get one of these. So if you don't know why I need one of these, basically what happens with the very early tier of tinkers is you have to kind of progress to get to the point where you can actually be getting the smeltery, right? So we're just going to put this stuff down. And we should just be able to throw like charcoal or coal in here. Okay. And we should then be able to throw copper in here. I don't think I have any. Alright. So we just throw some copper in here. And this should smelt. Okay. See that's going. I'll need to throw one more piece in here. And then we'll need to get something like a, duct or faucet. And then a casting basin. Okay, and you should just be able to do, not that, this. And then you take another one of these things, throw it in here, right click with the copper, and this will make a controller. Alright, so that's awesome. You can see it's done now here. And then we also need a fluid tank. Okay, that's good. So these are the kind of basic components we'll need for a smeltery. And that's basically all she wrote for that. We don't really need a lot of fancy stuff. We'll need probably a drain and things like that, but we can get that in a second here. So I made this little platform over here. And basically, we are going to make this whole room, a giant smeltery. In the name of getting stuff and things, right? Alright, so then we'll put that there, put the fuel tank there, and then we can just round the corner basically like this. Okay, and then we'll need a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. Okay, so that is a completed smeltery. So now we'll need to get lava in here, of course. That's not, something that's new. And then we'll need to be able to actually spawn the blazes. So we're basically going to put the mob duplicator like right there, I think. Right? And this will break this for a second, which is fine. I don't really mind. But we'll put the mob duplicator right here in the center. I think we'll grab a tier 2 upgrade. I think the tier 2 is what we need. Let's actually double check that, right? We can check that by looking at the mob slaughter factory. Be a good chance. So we need lapis, 2 glass panes, 2 redstone, and some latex. I also made a bag. I made a storage bag from Cyclic. Just quickly off camera. I mentioned it in an episode or so ago, but now I have access to my tools like immediately. And I should probably put these in here because these are like my fluid tanks that I use for this thing. Alright, so we need glass panes. So 2 of these. 2 redstone, which I have to go grab. Alright, so that is crafting up here. So what we should be able to see is if this is the right area, right? Because if this is big enough, we should be able to put it inside a mob duplicator and all that jazz. Though I'm not 100% sure, so that's why we're kind of testing this, right? So let's see, if we throw this in here, so we get rid of that, throw this in here, we click show area. That is a 5x5 area for 2. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be good enough because I don't know how big our actual smeltery platform will be. So let's go check that real quick before we get too ahead of ourselves. We also really need to put a bottom under these platforms. Under this platform at least, like this area. So we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's a 5x5. Okay. Alright, so a 2 upgrade would be perfect. Okay, let me make that. Let me get the mob duplicator. I think I have enough for the mob duplicator. Honestly, I don't think I really looked at the recipe that much. I do think I have everything. Let me just make sure we're putting everything in here. Submit. Alright, so I think that should be good. We got the slime balls we need. We have I think we need emeralds and blaze powder. So yeah, let me grab everything. Let me get this crafted, and I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, so before I close this up here, basically what I've done is made the smeltery just a smidgen bigger, and the mob duplicator has a gap between it. So the way the mob duplicator works is you place it under, basically, and then above it will be a gap, and then above that gap is where it starts. So I've made this to where the smeltery is exactly just perfect in size to fit the entirety of the range, right? So now we have the ability to spawn blazes inside of this. Of course, I need to get everything going, energy, whatnot, but I'm currently just making a room, closing it up, making sure that nothing can escape and all of that jazz. And I also want to get some seared windows. If you don't know what that is, there's actually a variation of seared brick just called seared, I think it's called seared window or seared glass or something like that. Yeah, okay. So we can actually grab some of that, and that would allow for us to have, the ability to look in there to make sure everything's, doing decently and all that jazz. So let's see here. So if we go for just some of these, let's go for like 4 pieces, I think. 4 should be enough. Alright, so you'll be able to just kind of see inside of the smeltery whenever it's active to see what's happening. One of the other things that we need to do is actually get lava over here, right? So we need to be able to push that, which will probably be a fluid node. I'll probably do that real quick off camera, but this should be a finalized structure. This should be a complete smeltery. You can see that green in there, which is actually the mob duplicator range. So that is pretty cool. Alright, so we got this little building. I like having that there. So we can actually come up here and actually see this. And yes, I did surround the entire thing with cobblestone just in case. Get it? I encased it just in case. Alright, anyway. Now we should be able to... Wonder why this is not outputting. Because I never put push, did I? Wow. Okay, anyway. That's fine. Let me get the fluid transfer node, energy transfer node, and get this basically up and ready to go. So I'll see you guys in a second. We've got the fluid, we've got the power, the lava, everything over here to be able to constantly get blazing blood. And as you can see here, oh, these guys are actually dropping inferium. That's not good. Is there a way to pipe out of that? Let me try to pipe out of that real quick. Hold on. So I just need some item pipes, I think. And we'll see if we can pipe out of the actual inventory like that. So we need some of this. We actually need a Smeltry Drain, which requires some copper. Let's actually quickly grab 4 of these. And I wasn't expecting inferium to be a thing that comes out of the actual system, but hey. And it won't ever smelt or anything, so it's not like it's the biggest deal, but it's the fact that we probably shouldn't just fill that entire thing. So let's grab some item cables. Do I have any? Okay, I do. Alright, then we need like a chest or something. Alright. So let's see if we can pipe out of that to pull those items away from there. Got a torch right in the way. Okay, yes, you can pipe out of the actual thing. So that's how to get that inferium out of there. And we are already up to 26 buckets of blazing blood. Okay, so let's go make a couple jumbo tanks. Actually, let's make 1 jumbo tank, and then I think I might want to start looking into getting ender tanks instead of using fluid nodes, just because there's a buffer. And they're kind of cooler. I don't know. Maybe we'll stick with fluid. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I like cyclics fluid transfer nodes. It's just I don't know if I want to constantly use them because they're kind of annoying to make the GPS cards all the time. But let's see. So a jumbo tank. If you don't know what a jumbo tank is, we need iron and glass. Let's grab a couple stacks of that. We're actually going to make a few jumbo tanks here. So bear with me. Okay, so jumbo tank. So you need glass. I believe it is just this. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So these should be 12. And then we can actually make 3 of those. I believe it's this. Right? And that's perfect. We exactly need 3. Alright, so we have the drain. We have the other stuff. You can see a hat popping out of the top of this. That's funny. Alright, so we should be able to say, like, let's just go over here, right? Okay, and then we should just be able to do either this or this. I think it's just this, right? Let's just go for this. And we'll do jumbo tank. Didn't mean to throw that. We could actually put the jumbo tank, like, right here. And then just pipe wrench here. And that should start flowing blazing blood. Of course, if we wanted to make this more efficient, we could definitely throw some upgrades on that to make sure it just constantly pulls quicker. So let's actually go grab those. These 2 tanks are actually going to go to the pink slime farm. We're actually going to, upgrade that a little bit here. And I should have, even like basic, I think should be fine. But I'm going to do an advanced, and I'm going to grab these basics for the jumbo tank. I also need to turn off that show area over there for the actual mob slaughter factory. Okay, we can just do that. And you can see how quickly that just, disappears. But we should be constantly producing perfect amount of blazing blood. So we should be able to now upgrade our systems, our lava production systems, to see how much quicker this is. Which is definitely something I'm really in the mood to look at, because that just sounds pretty cool. Let's see. So coming over here, let's take this out. Right? Let's put the jumbo tank. Let's take this out. Let's put the jumbo tank. Okay? And that is not what we want. Okay, that should work. Alright, so we have that empty tank, and we should actually be able to take, not that, the bag. Right, do this, do that, do this, do that. Okay. So now we have 2 empty singularity tanks and 2 soon-to-be full, hopefully, jumbo tanks. So we have about 10 buckets in there, and all of that jazz. So it looks like this actual grass and stuff prevents animals from spawning. So that's an issue. That's odd. Alright, anyway, let's keep on rolling here. So we should have tons and tons of blazing blood coming in left and right. We now could start messing with that, right? We can start looking at the fired crucibles and lava production. But I need to clean up my inventory again, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I am back. I have moved around the whole fired crucible system for lava, just kind of making it a little bit longer, so we have more, reason to use blazing blood. We currently have over 300,000 buckets, or 300 buckets. Isn't that right? Yeah, over 300 buckets of lava and counting. And we are currently needing to actually use this lava because we don't have power anymore. We kind of removed it. All the power system is right here. And I think the way I want to do this is more of a kind of there system, like near the actual location, rather than just away from it. Because I'm going to start using ender tanks. And ender tanks are really good for just straight fluid moving, right? Like, we don't really need to worry too much about, fluids being lost and all that jazz, so that will be fun. Alright, I need to get a pickaxe. Alrighty, so let's make some ender tanks, right? So we need just ender tank, and we want to get 3 of these. So it looks like we'll need some blaze rods, which isn't impossible. We might need a rod cast, which is just like a gold ingot and a stick. Okay, so let's grab that. Stick and a gold ingot. Since the smeltery is actually currently not actually working due to the fact that there is no power running to it, we should be fine. And this thing actually is not running either because there's no power to it, so we'll have to make a, thing for that as well. We also need to take that, and I will disable this for a second. Right? Okay. I'm gonna go grab a casting table real quick here. Alrighty, so a casting table is a casting basin upside down, basically, in the crafting table. So, just like that, and we have a casting table. And this should allow for us to make a quick pattern and get some blaze rods from blazing blood. It is immediately outputting, which is not what I wanted. So we can actually just throw this back in here, and I'll be right back when I get the cast. Alrighty, so we've got some blaze rods coming our way. If you don't know, you can actually just right-click with the bucket of fluid, whatever you have, like molten iron, whatever, and actually just right-click the Seared Drain to input it. So that's pretty cool. We should get a total of 10 blaze rods from this. We only really need 4, but I'm fine with taking as many as we can get. So we need 4 for the first. We'll need a little bit more, I believe. I think I actually need 12. Alrighty. So we have the ender tanks we want. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to place this down on white. If you don't know how these work, basically you can actually grab some dye. And you see these top 3 things. If you actually hover over them, you can see that it highlights that area. If you have a piece of dye, you can actually right-click on that, and it will change this 3-color combo. So, as you can see, I have 3 ender tanks with all the same fluid, and basically if I change the color, this will not be lava anymore. This will be whatever else I put in it, and then I can change the color of this one, and have that liquid that's in the other colored one as well. So if you basically have like hundreds of combinations of different, storage tanks basically, that are easy to transport, as you only need to worry about, just making sure you get the same color, putting them in a reasonable area, and using them wherever you need. So you can see that this is just super quick. Already got the power system up in here. We're going back with the netherrack, and we actually need to put this somewhere else real quick here. Hold on. So let's move this to the other side here. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, and then all we need to do is that, and that should get this system back up and running. We're not using GPS cards anymore for that, so that's good. So this power lava system should be pretty decent for a long time, and we're actually full on one of these, so that is awesome. And these things hold 16 buckets. I don't know if you saw that, but if you shift, you can see that this is 16 buckets, which is good. So now we should be able to switch out quite a few of these systems, so they don't need independent lava anymore, right? Like, we should never really run out of lava, for say. So like this whole system can go bye-bye. Like indefinitely kind of thing. Apparently I did not put this on a layer of cobblestone, so that's a smart idea on my part, right? Alright, let me get this cleaned up, and we'll get this switched over to an ender tank, and I'll be right back with you. So this is one of the cool things about ender tanks. This little dial here is actually not for decoration. You can see that I just toggled that, but you can see how this is losing fluid. If I right-click on this, basically that is an output. It outputs to every block it can. So, or every side it can. So that means now that this is actually getting fluid, and these should be getting plenty of lava. So now what that means is we should be ready to actually just reactivate this whole sieving system. Should be able to, right? So let's just right-click here, right-click there, right-click here, right-click there. And this has actually still been going, I guess, for a while. I need to fix the gravel one sooner or later because it is slow as can be. Actually, it's jammed. Where are you getting that item? I thought I locked that drawer. Okay. Let's see. Let me grab the key real quick here. Seriously? Oh my goodness. I need to disable this. I made a magnet off camera, by the way. Hence why I've been picking stuff up super easily. That was just because it was actually a little bit more convenient that way, so I don't have to worry about losing a whole bunch of stuff in the void. Alright, so let's see here. Let's get rid of that. I couldn't care about losing this in the void that much. That's not that important to me, at least right now. Alright, so there is that. That should prevent that from getting anything odd in it. And then this is just not getting anything. I need to put some upgrades in the pulverizers, I guess. But up here, actually, real quick, we need to reactivate half of this, right? So here we have this disabled, and we have this disabled, and then we have this disabled. So that should keep both sides going now. We should see power, right? We should start seeing stuff here. And this should be able to keep up. We should be getting enough lava. And we actually can knock this out. Right? And this is still flowing. Like, we're going to have tons and tons of buckets in here. Which this might not be the best idea to have such a large buffer. But if I do run out of power or lava or whatever, I will remove it and all that jazz. And of course, these are slowly and surely running. We'll need to replace all the energy cables there. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up the episode. I'm going to finish getting all the power systems going up. I'm going to get some stuff done off camera, just clean up a little bit. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.